It's July. Half the year is over, your vision boards and your goals are far, far away. And for me, in summer specifically, I get the urge to get my life back together, pick up the pieces, rebrand, and start working towards my goals again. Essentially, I want to be fully locked in again. And if you clicked on this video, you want to do that as well. So today we're gonna go through all of my reset things that I do in the middle of the year when the urge to rebrand and reactivate my vision board gets me. For my mid-year check-in, seeing how I work towards my goals, what I still need to work on and what I still need to figure out, I have a 6-step reset plan. And I start with reflection. I try to find out what worked, what didn't work, why didn't it work, what am I currently actively working towards. In this step, I want you to get really, really honest with yourself because you need to know why certain things didn't work. And maybe, just maybe, it's just a timing thing, or that you didn't want to put the energy in that specific goal because you wanted to tackle it in the last half of the year. So now is the time to start acting on that. So what I want you to do is look back at what you wanted at the start of the year and think back to each month. Where did you take action? Where did you take certain actions? Where didn't your actions and your goals align? And that's what we're gonna do now. My vision board is my home screen on my laptop, so also on any other device I link to my laptop, and my widget on my phone. So I always have it right in front of me, but now I want you to go into it deeply. If you don't have a vision board, you just have goals that you wrote down, go through those. I have both. So normally I go through my vision board and see what happened, what didn't happen, where I worked towards, where I didn't work towards, if I even know what the pictures stand for, and then I go and start reading through my goals. Because then I can see if I chose the right pictures, if I need to choose new ones, or if I have a goal that just isn't on my vision board that I want to work towards. So for example, I don't know how good you can see it, but it's fine. In the middle, I always have a quote because I feel like that's more inspirational for me. And this year it is act like the person you want to become. I can tell you my mental health wasn't really good this year, which is also a reason why I lack with my social media a little bit, and I didn't act like the person I want to become because I wanted to take care of my mental health first, which is kind of acting like the person I want to become, if we're honest, but some goals I had to push away so that I don't get too overwhelmed, which is fine. Mental health is always the priority. But what I have on here, meeting up with friends, I do that a lot. I moved away from a lot of my friends, and always when I'm back in town, I schedule meeting them, and I have a great friend group that I built over the last year, I think. So I haven't done it at my place because they all need to travel to come here. Then I have a few relationship pictures, which is just more quality time with my boyfriend. We moved in together in December last year, so we certainly did that. We also had one of our first getaways where it was just the two of us, which was great. So these two ticked off, taken care of. And then I have journaling, which I just started today again. I have kind of these brain dumps, but I don't journal to write down my goals, so that I started again today. Then I have working out, which I'm doing consistently. I feel like you don't have to push yourself too much when it comes to working out. If there is a week where you are sick, it's okay. We can handle it. And then I have taken my vitamins, which I'm trying to do on a daily basis. There are days here and there where I forget, but I'm way better at that than in the beginning of the year. Then I have waking up a little bit earlier. I think I got good with that. I don't sleep in as long as I used to. And then on here we have stretching. I didn't do that. I mean, I do that sometimes after working out. I started doing Pilates, which also involves some stretching exercises, but I could get a lot better with that. And then I have some work-related stuff like holding presentations, doing workshops, stuff like this. The workshop part I'm currently working towards. And then I have cooking healthy. My goals on the vision boards are kind of the ones I still follow. And for step 2, which we are doing now, is the reconsideration. What I want you to do there, or what I'm doing when I reconsider, is seeing if my goals still align with the things I want to achieve. Basically, I reconsider my goals. I go through every goal I have and see if it aligns with the things I want for my life, with the person I want to become, if I need to optimize my goals according to things I want to achieve and things I don't want to achieve. Maybe the list was too long in the beginning of the year so that I set myself up for failure anyways. So now is your time to read through all of your goals and see if you have to cross some of those goals out, because you know you can't reach them if you are full-heartedly working on another goal. You can put goals back in consideration that you maybe didn't consider at the start of the year. And what I want you to do is go through your goals list and see if the goals you set are really your goals. Because especially when we make vision boards with others, with our friends, we start adapting their goals into ours. And sometimes they don't align. Sometimes our friends have other goals than we have. Our goals can change, our mindsets can change. So I want you to be 100% honest with yourself. Do your goals still align with the things that you really want to achieve this year? And I don't say cross out your goal and forget about it, you never achieve it. I say see if this goal is really a 2026 goal or if you want to push it into 2027 because you know you have a goal that you want to put your whole heart and soul into that takes up a lot of your time this year so that you can get to the other goal this year as well. What you need to do here is really be honest. I just went through my goals list, the written ones, and I can tell you that most of the pictures are aligning with the goals I wrote down. I feel so inspired now that I read through these because some of the goals I set for myself for this year are already things I'm doing without thinking about them. So things that I thought were so important because I don't do them that I had to write them down as goals are things I already do and have implemented in my day-to-day life. For example, meeting with friends. I do that on a regular basis. I don't order takeout a lot anymore. I make healthier versions of the takeout foods I want to order, which is great. I'm reading a lot this year, more than I have last year, which was also a goal. I wanted to read 10 books this year. I think I'm currently reading my 5th, so I'm halfway there, which is great. I wanted to read 4 self-help books. I already read 2, so halfway there. I feel like if you just write your goals and put them aside and try to work towards them, you have to look through them again, because otherwise you lose your inspiration and you don't know what you're working towards anymore, which leads me perfectly into step 3. Inspiration for me especially is a very, very huge part when it comes to achieving my goals, when it comes to seeing who I want to be, figuring out what I want to work on. So that is step number 3. Who are your current icons, your role models? Who do you admire and why do you admire them? I want you to write down what energy you want to embody for the rest of the year. Who do you want to show up as? Why do you have these idols? And I can tell you for my part, I have some idols. I know exactly why I love them. And it's not just because they look pretty. It's sometimes because I know behind the scenes, even though it's not very behind the scenes if I know it, but they're working very, very hard for their goals. They are stepping up to get their voices heard and stuff like that. I want you to take out your notebook and write down who your idols are, why they are your idols, and what energy you want to embody this year. So I just finished writing down my idols, my role models, and why I love them. I have some really odd idols in here, but these are my usuals. I don't read out everything, but for example, I have Alex Russo from Wizards of Waverly Place in here because I know why I loved her so much as a child and still not look up to her, but I still adore her showing up for herself. She's always 100% herself and doesn't let anyone dim her light. So that's the reason why she always was an icon for me. So I wrote her down, for example. And then I have some of my favorite music artists, some of my favorite influencers. So these are some bits and pieces I wrote for the idols and role models and why. And now I'm starting to write what energy do I want to embody, which is basically what do I want to get out of the idols and role models that I have, that I look up to, and take it with me for the next half of the year. Now we are already 3 steps into our check-in for our goals. One tip I have for the inspiration part, and especially for the what energy do you want to embody for the rest of the year, don't write the things that you don't want. Your brain doesn't understand no's. If you say, I don't want to put everybody else first, rewrite it. Don't write, I don't want to put everybody else first. Write, for the rest of 2026, I'm starting to put myself first. This is a stronger energy. Your brain can comprehend it, and it is more of a goal, more of a mantra you can tell yourself, instead of I don't put other people anymore, you can say I put myself first for the rest of 2026. I think you can hear the difference in that already. Step 4 in this mid-year reset is planning. If you have a trip planned that you wanted to do in 2026, book that trip right now. Book the workout class, schedule that getaway with your friends you always wanted to do and that is on your goals list this year. And figure out, how do you want to achieve your goals? There are goals where it is easy to see how you want to achieve it. If it's getting a certain degree, reading a certain amount of books, you can buy the books already, set them next to your bedside table and read through them. Easy. Said and done. And then there are goals where you have to block time out of your day. Make it easy for you. I use my calendar to block out certain times where I know I have to do something working towards my goals. I schedule time to film my videos now. I use my calendar basically for everything. I have a water tracking app because one of my goals was, and when it comes to my water goal, I also have bought this huge bottle. In here fit 2.2 liters, which is almost my water goal. I know I have to drink that, 2 glasses, and I hit my water goal nonetheless. This makes it very, very easy for me to achieve the goal of drinking enough water because I fill that up in the morning and have to drink it. One thing that makes it easy for me as well, it has a straw. So normally I sit on the sofa and drink. When I'm working, the bottle is set on the table and every time I see it, I drink. And that makes my life a lot easier. So if you want to drink more water, get a water bottle. You don't have to get this huge one. You can get a cute one that you like to carry with you, but make it easy. If your goal is to snack less, buy only healthy snacks. I can tell you, you won't snack anymore. You can also find someone who holds you accountable. I did that with my nutrition goal. I started working with a nutritionist because I couldn't quite figure out how I have to set my nutrition to reach my workout goals. Book workout classes because canceling them will hurt you and it's also a commitment you take. Go to workout classes with your friends. Schedule workout time with your friends, which will also hold you accountable. Stack things so you don't have to think about it is another thing that makes it a lot easier. For example, before I eat my breakfast, I drink 500 milliliters of water with my electrolytes. 2 things crossed off before I even have fully woken up. I drank water, I had my electrolytes, and after that I can eat my breakfast and go and start my day like I normally do. And this is, I think, the most important part. What makes my goals also a lot easier for me and trying to stay on track of my goals is journaling. I know you hear it everywhere, but I use my journal for almost everything. For brain dumping, for when I need to catch my train of thought again. When I'm overstimulated, I need to find out why I am overstimulated, why I react in a certain way, why I'm overstimulated from a certain situation, why I feel the way I feel. I feel like writing it down and just get everything out that is in your head on a piece of paper makes something so much clearer. Sticking to your goals, figuring it out, also taking care of your mental health. I feel like journaling is just great. And the last step I want you to take when it comes to your mid-year check-in is your commitment. I want you to set 3 priorities for the rest of the year. For me, my priority is posting regular on my social media, which I try to do. Then I want to stretch. Not daily, but I think after every workout is fine. I think I have to tone down that goal a little bit because I know myself. If I don't think about it, I don't do it. When I'm already in the gym, I think more about stretching than when I'm at home. When I'm at home, I normally think about stretching when I see myself in the mirror, and then I'm normally on my way out. Priority is still stretching, but toning it down a little bit. And then my last goal for the rest of the year is to prioritize my health. And that means mental health and physical health. I want to go to the gym 3 times a week, like I always do, and prioritize my food, which I'm doing with my nutritionist, and I'm going to therapy nonetheless. So these are my 3 goals that I prioritize till December. If you have your 3 goals and you want to share them, write them down below in the comments. I would love to cheer you on. Then start blocking time for working on your goals. And then I want you to write down the 1 habit that you need to start today to become who you want to be. It doesn't have to be a huge habit like running a marathon every morning. I don't want that from you. It can be drinking my water every day. Every morning I'm driving to work, I call a friend, a family member, or someone that is dear to my heart so that I can check in with them a little bit more. It can be reading 10 pages every morning so that that's out of of the way. It can be not going on my phone for 30 minutes after I woke up. You can also combine them, but I just want you to set one habit that you stick to till December. This habit you can also write down in the comments below. My habit that I start building now, or better yet rebuild, is not going on my phone first thing in the morning and writing in my journal every morning, because I feel like it lifts a heavy weight off my shoulders when I do that first thing in the morning, because my head is clear, I haven't looked through anything, and I can just start my day. And that's the last step and the last thing I wanted to tell you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Make someone's day this week. We see us next week. If you have any questions, you can always DM me. I will answer them. And we see us next with another video. Bye!
Fuck it.